Good morning. Today we are on the third stop of the Underground Railroad of New Jersey. Did you know that our state was the last northern state to end slavery, almost 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation? Our first stop on this Underground Railroad has been to explore cities of refuge, such as Lawnside, that provided support and respite for enslaved African Americans fleeing. The second stop, we learned all about the courageous leader, Harriet Tubman, who after her own flight to freedom, traveled back down the Underground Railroad to assist others. This next stop on our journey takes us to the town of Small Gloucester, presently known as Woolwich, in the southwest corner of the state. Specifically, our stop centers on the Mount Zion African Methodist Episcopal Church, a small church with a large purpose. But for now, a little context. By the end of the Revolutionary War, many Quakers and anti-slavery sympathizers had set aside land for freed slaves. African American hamlets were established in secluded areas on portions of Quaker land throughout western New Jersey. Small Gloucester emerged in the early 19th century as one of these African American settlements. As you can see in this map, there were 3 Underground Railroad routes. One well-traveled route was the Greenwich Line, that began in the hamlet of Springtown and led 25 miles north to Small Gloucester and continued north to Mount Holly, Burlington, and on to Jersey City. The communities along the Greenwich route were ideal stations on the Underground Railroad, as they were situated about 20 miles apart, walking distance, surrounded by these Quaker lands, which were often swampy or dense woods, but inhabited by many free African Americans. For more than 10 years, Harriet Tubman helped operate this line. One of the oldest African Methodist Episcopal congregations in New Jersey, Mount Zion AME Church, constructed in 1834, played an important role in the Underground Railroad. Members of the church actively provided protection, supplies, and shelter for runaway slaves. The church was always a safe haven, and several original members of the congregation, including Pompey Lewis and Jubilee Sharper, directed conductors, engineers, and slaves north after taking care of their personal needs. Today, you can take a tour of the Mount Zion AME Church, which is listed on the National Historical Registry, by calling them to make an appointment. One of the most powerful testimony to the church's history is a trap door in the vestibule, a 3 by 4 foot hole that providing a hiding place for fleeing enslaved people. But there is another story that needs to be told in Small Gloucester. Fast forward 2 decades to 1881, when the Reconstruction era dictated that schools be separate but equal. Jeremiah Wiggins, an African American parent, applied for his 2 children, Mabel and Augustus, to attend the school located nearest to their home in the Small Gloucester School District. They were refused admission to the white school and appealed the decision, and still were refused admittance. But shortly following this, there was an arrest of 2 school trustees required to post $500 bonds for violating the civil rights law. 10 days later, the, quote, colored school burnt to the ground. This is the world free blacks lived in during the Reconstruction era. For more information on the realities faced by residents of Black communities all over New Jersey, check out our website and the web page on the Underground Railroad. Next week, we visit Timbuktu, New Jersey, and hear how the Black community stopped an attempt to kidnap Perry Simmons and re-enslave him in 1860. To honor those who traveled by foot on the long journey of liberation, please support the Souls for Souls organization by placing all used and unwanted shoes in the box on the front porch of Reeb, now through December 20th. But now, we turn to Kristen.
Hi, everyone. I am going to help you locate Small Gloucester on our map. Let me center it a little bit. Okay. So here we are. Here's Ridgewood, where USR is and where I am right now. And all the way down here is Small Gloucester. I'm going to take our marker and place it right here. Small Gloucester, the third stop on our Underground Railroad journey.